So right now, if we did everything right, we should be using the webcam in the laptop. I don't know if I got it to work right. It's taken me hours. So I basically got the new hard drive for the laptop. I've installed the new hard drive, and it took. I tried to get it to. I tried to do a restoration with Windows. Didn't want to work. So I resorted to building a boot drive from this guy to. Oh no, it was this guy. I built a boot drive from this guy to run on Ubuntu, and it took me a little while to get Ubuntu installed. So I, the quality is probably crap because we're using the laptop built-in camera and the laptop built-in microphone. I don't know how well it's turning out. I can see the image is not great, but I've installed the new hard drive. I've installed Ubuntu. I've installed my browsers as I prefer them to be. We have a functioning laptop again, at least currently. I don't know how long that's going to last. I had some trouble with Ubuntu. When I installed the hard drive, it kept telling me there were no bootable devices, which is not helpful. It's super stressful when it just keeps doing that. It took me an hour to get that solved. I had to install Ubuntu twice because I installed it with the basic format, nothing added. But turns out I should probably install it with all the extra things added to it because it's going to help it work with some of the installed hardware, like the camera and the microphone and that. So had to reinstall Ubuntu. And I reinstalled it and it said, okay, you'll have to restart now. I went, cool. So I hit the restart button, and when it was restarting, I pulled out the thumb drive that was used as the boot drive. And then it couldn't find the hard drive, which drove me nuts. I'd spent probably 30 to 45 minutes trying to solve that problem. And somehow, in the process of doing that, I managed to lock the hard drive. It was just a whole world of stress. But we've got a working laptop now. I'm going to have to help teach myself how to use Ubuntu. I guess there's some things that are not as easy as Windows or Mac, or maybe not as easy, but not as familiar in the way we have to do it. So let me know if you can hear me. I don't know if my audio is picking it up as well. I didn't want to try to plug in the mic and the webcam just yet. I just had enough trouble getting on here tonight at all to not want to see if I would spend another half hour trying to get those to work. But it is what it is. I do notice that the browser window that's contains the live stream window, it takes up a lot more space. I think my screen is too, like, my screen used to feel bigger. This feels like the images and the icons and everything's built. It's built almost like it's built for a child. It's like big pudgy icons and everything's large. Yeah, so Sound is fine. Video is okay. Yeah, I would be wagering that the video is probably coming in at a lower resolution. I don't think it's 1080. Ooh. So there is still an issue going on with my charger. Okay. Okay, so it is low res. Okay. Huh. It's kind of curious at what some of the other features do. Got a little close there. Yeah, there we go. Um uh this may be all I've got to go tonight. Um I I spent half of today running errands because the other computer, the replacement that's the desktop computer that I'll be using more often, that also came. It came yesterday, and it came before I went to work. So I put it in my room, went to work, came back from work, and tried to get it running, and immediately started swearing up a storm because I guess part of the reason they're able to sell that computer as cheaply as they were able to, because it's got all the features that this laptop has, but it just doesn't come with a monitor, or it has an external keyboard and mouse, but the hard drive, the RAM, and the processor power were equivalent or even slightly better than this laptop. And I got it at like half what this laptop costs. I figure part of that's the monitor, because you could add on another 100 for a simple cheap monitor, 130 maybe even. But when it arrived and I got back to it after work yesterday, I pulled it out, tried to hook everything up, only to find that the back of the computer, the card for video to the monitor, is a DVI dual channel of one type, and they included kindly an adapter for DVI D of a second type. And the thing is, almost every monitor you encounter is usually set up to either be HDMI or VGA. And it so happens that the one I have, the monitor I have, does have a DVI, and it's about 50-50 on like I went to 3 different thrift stores seeing if there was like just a secondary monitor, because the DVI on the monitor is a proud female, which is a weird way to build a connector, but I guess it's like, okay, that's the way you do it. Because when I say that, I mean like the connector for the monitor. You have that bar that like the HDMI cable is set into, and the VGA cable head is sticking out a little, and that's proud. The DVI connector is proud too, so it sticks out. But the part that sticks out has all the sockets that the prongs on the cord should go into. Cool. The connector for the DVI on the computer is a different type of head for a DVI D, and it was male, I believe. But the adapter they had was a female into DVI 1 and it splits it. So I don't know why that's the case, but the other ends are DVI of the same type on the monitor, but it is also female. So I needed a female to female, like it. I have two females. I needed a male to male adapter for or a cord for that, and I could order an adapter on Amazon for I think $7 to $8. And if I did that, it would take like a week to get here. And it would be from the computer, the adapter they gave me, to the adapter I bought on Amazon, to a VGA cable, to the monitor. I'm like, I don't want to bridge this with like 14 adapter pieces. I want one that works. Why would you make a. Why would anybody make a computer with a monitor attachment port that is a kind that no monitors use? So it's just like, it was like, that was frustrating. So I went around to like 4 or 5. I think I went to 2 thrift stores in Manchester, one in Hooksett, went to Concord, tried Salvation Army. They were closed. Apparently, they're open like 3 hours a day right now. They don't do a full shift anymore. And then I went to the Goodwill in Manchester. They had a couple monitors that were VGA only. And I got so kind of annoyed. I'm like, all right, well, there's a Target, a Walmart, and a Best Buy nearby. So I went into Target, talked with somebody there. They had no cables for monitors other than HDMI. I'm like, that's not useful. So I went over to Best Buy, and it took me 15 minutes in the store to find where they had the adapter cables. And for $13 additional, I secured a cable that works for DVI to DVI. And so what I it took me hours to get that worked away. I got back here, found the hard drive for this one, and went through the process of trying to set everything up. And I finally got I got the cable for the DVI set up to the back of the monitor, which is now functioning for 2 computers. I can go into it, go into the menu on the side of the monitor, and select which channel I want to go into. If I go to VGA, or if I go to HDMI, it works as the external monitor for the laptop that I usually use over there. But if I go over to the DVI channel, it now loads the new computer up, which I haven't really spent a lot of time setting up. I think I did a little bit of setup for it. And then once I got it running, I left it over there and then proceeded to work on the hard drive for this. Tried to install Windows, wouldn't work. Tried to install Ubuntu, gave me a bunch of crap. Reinstalled Ubuntu, and I'm just now getting to the point where I'm able to do some of the kitting it out to be ready to be used on a regular basis. So that's where most of my day went. How was yours? Yeah, that was nuts. I had sushi for breakfast. I had apple and watermelon flavored licorice for lunch. I had what was it? A strawberry and cheese Danish for second lunch. I'll probably have ham and eggs for dinner. That was, and that's pretty much my whole day. I had a weird dream too. I remember part of it. I got hired to work back at a kitchen that I haven't worked at in years, and they treated me like a jerk. But I was secretly the secret boss of the place, and I got to fire the person who treated me like a jerk. So that's my day. Yeah, I didn't get to play around with any story writing uh, ideas. I probably could start right now, but I think I'm gonna try to get acclimated to Ubuntu a little bit more tonight. I don't know why my monitor keeps flickering. I think it's just freaking out because I'm doing camera, desktop, live stream all at the same time. I'm hoping it's not a permanently broken portion of this laptop picking a fight with me. It is such a flicker. I hope that's not a problem. Ah, it is what it is, I guess. All right. So I guess I'll call it here tonight. I'm hoping tomorrow I'll be able to be more. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna dabble. I think tonight with the microphone and the webcam, and see if they'll work on the different computers. I will see if I can customize the new desktop a little bit better and sort of start using that more as the dependable base. Because I want to get to a point where the laptop that I use right now for shooting over in the corner there, um, I want to see if I can fix the monitor, the screen on it, because it's basically fallen back and no longer turns on. The webcam works on it though, so I want to potentially play with that. See if I can get to a point where I can dependably use either this or the desktop for doing the videos, and then from there, uh, see about fixing the laptop screen. I feel like it may have to be like I may have to build an attachment with a hinge on it just to mount the screen to, because it's full on snapped. The supports will no longer support it. I need to fix that and then see if I can get it to light up and show images again. Because if I can do that, I can then remove it from the HDMI cable and just use the screen specifically for the new desktop. And then I can set up the laptop using its screen. The webcam and the mic are both connected to it, so it gives me a much more portable shooting station. Some things to play with. That'll be my next few days, I think. But I will do another story writing video tomorrow, I think. All right. Thanks for swinging by tonight. I will catch you tomorrow. Hope things are going well for you. Take care and have a good night. I'll catch you tomorrow. I do notice